Thank you, Mr. President. On a previous amendment addressing revenue sharing, the subcommittee chairman said that we need a more comprehensive across-the-board approach to revenue sharing, so I got an amendment for that. In every budget cycle, I talk about the need to boost revenue sharing, and I give this speech every year because this problem persists. We know what revenue sharing is. The money that our constituents pay here to Lansing, and there's an expectation that that money is going to come back to our communities to pay for essential services back home. And again, this year, Michigan's local governments are projected to lose serious state funding. This is in part due to the pandemic, but our communities have been struggling for decades due to the legislature balancing its books on the backs of cities, villages, and townships, our communities, the heart and soul of the state of Michigan. And every year I talk about the data provided by the Michigan Municipal League. They have this chart that shows how different states give that state funding to their local communities. And some states give it a lot, some states give it a little, and at the tail end of that graphic is the state of Michigan, where the legislature actually defunds our communities. $8.5 billion has been diverted away from our communities in our state since 2002. And those communities were especially hard hit from state action during harsh executive office budget cuts in 2011. Now, since then, we've attempted to climb out of that hole. But it appears that revenue sharing is the only line item from those 2011 cuts that has not been fully restored. Our communities are still $50 million short of where they were in 2011, let alone the cuts that took place a decade prior. So my amendment would boost state dollars to local budgets to address the projected loss in constitutional revenue sharing. Michigan communities and the people who live in them deserve to have thriving futures. I request a yes vote for this amendment and that my remarks be printed in the Journal.